Hi, it's Kelly Finley with the Butler Swain team from Berkshire Hathaway, and I am standing in my newly renovated house. It's actually owned by my parents, and it was an investment property. They're ready to sell it. So over the last 6 weeks, we have taken the time to completely gut this thing, get all the old yucky, beat up, worn out stuff out, and put in all new, beautiful items that we hope buyers will die for. So as the host of this renovation show, I would like to say that I am a real person. I don't have tight jeans and high heels on and look like a supermodel. I got my ball cap on, I got my paint stains going, and I'm here to talk about real life renovation in the real world, which is often stressful and often people really have a hard time with. I'm here today to knock out a bunch of punch list items. And that's really because I had one particular contractor that kind of didn't finish up some of the finer details that I thought that he should finish up. And partially that's my own fault because I'm a little bit on the cheap side, and I'm my own general contractor. I don't hire someone to coordinate the whole thing. I have a lot of experience in this. My husband and I have renovated 3 homes. We've done a lot of work ourselves over the years. I can kind of do a lot of the projects myself. I don't choose to do that anymore. But in being the general contractor, you do have to get your hands dirty. Now, if you want to spend the money to get a general contractor, they should take care of everything for you. They should make sure that everything is on schedule, everything is done in the proper order, that materials are ordered, and things are here on time. But in going through this renovation, which turned out wonderfully, and some of my contractors I just, am so thrilled with and would hire them again tomorrow if I started a new project. But there are 3 things that I'm reminded of that I think are really important in working with contractors that I think will help you with your next project. The first one is to set your expectations properly. I would say going into any project, and I hear this from people across the board, is that you will spend more money than you budget for. You will even expect to spend always at least 10% more, but you'll probably even spend more than that. And that's true. If it's a smaller project, you should be able to stay on budget. But if you're doing a whole kitchen, a whole bathroom, a whole house like we did, you are probably going to spend more. Number 2, on your expectations, it's going to take longer than you expect. It's going to take longer than your contract tells you it's going to take. Just know that that is true and don't tear your hair out about it as it goes through. And the third thing that you should set your expectations on is that no matter how much you anticipate what's going to happen through the process, there are going to be new things that happen that you had no idea about. Just watch some HGTV shows and you will see that there are always surprises behind the walls, in the plumbing, under the flooring, and you can't expect your contractor just to absorb that and make up for it. It's something that he's going to have to adjust for, and therefore you are going to have to adjust your expectations for it. I am going to walk around this house and show you some of the things we did. I think it turned out really well. But before I do that, one more tip about contractors that I think is important no matter what. This is the most important thing, is their ability to communicate. They need to communicate with you thoroughly, regularly. They need to let you know when they are going to be there, if they're not there, why they're not there, what things that you need to have for them so that they can do their job well. If they aren't doing those things, particularly from that very first time you call them, if they don't call you back in the first day, and with texting, it should be immediate. If you're not getting that communication, move on, find someone else. Ask a real estate agent. They know the contractors that will communicate well with you. And then the third tip that I have for you today is just on quotes and pricing. Couple things. Number 1, get a written quote. Even if it's a small job, I want my counters changed out, and that's it, get a written quote. If it's a huge job, like a whole kitchen, a bathroom, you want a detailed written quote with pricing for each step along the way. You want to know how much the counters are going to cost, how much the painting is going to cost, how much the flooring is going to cost. You also want to know, as part of that quote, the payment schedule. How much do I pay up front? When do I need to make an installment payment? When is the final payment due? And that will change from contractor to contractor, and it will change according to how big your job is. And then in pricing, the other thing is, in what way can this pricing change? What things will happen in order for that price to change? Now, if someone's just doing countertops, it really probably shouldn't ever change. They should give you a price, that should be the price. But on a big project, you probably should expect some changes. Like we said, there are just things that come up that will change the pricing. But you want to talk about that expectation ahead of time with your contractor. Okay, those are my big tips. I'm gonna walk you around this house. If you see some things that look like they're not quite done, it's probably because they're not quite done, and that's what I'm here to do today. So don't get excited about that. And maybe I'll share some pictures with you about some of the rooms that I'm not showing you. But I'm gonna start, of course, with the kitchen, because that's the most important part of any house. There's my furry friend. That's my, my faithful companion who helps me with my renovations. Here's our kitchen. We started from scratch. We had a soffit above, which we took out, which allowed us to get more cabinet space, put in these nice backsplash, subway tile, of course. You know, we kept this simple. We kept it not high dollar. We wanted it to appeal to the very most buyers possible. We added as much cabinetry and counter space as we could fit into this really small. It's a 1,700 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. And then, like, it didn't have a pantry, so of course we had to consider that. We put in these nice big units to cover that. Walking into the family room, this room was actually 70s paneling, and we ripped that out. It was a big expense, but I think it turned out fabulous. Look at these beautiful wood look floors that we put throughout the space. I have a question for you. Should I paint this brick? I think the answer is clearly yes. But if you think of it and you want to let me know if I should paint that brick. These are, this used to be a slider. We put in the French doors. We rebuilt the deck outside so that anyone who buys this house can enjoy the beautiful backyard. It's pretty private, even though it's a small yard. I'm going to show you this half bath, which was original 1979. We put in this cool floating vanity because it's tiny, and I thought that would show more space. And then just blinged it up a little bit with some nice light fixtures and a pretty mirror. As we walk upstairs, you can see those floors again, how much better that looks than, ooh, nasty carpet, people. If you had seen it 2 months ago, you might not have even walked in this house. I know Laura Falk wouldn't have stepped her feet in here. Here's the secondary bathroom. Again, all new tile in here. We got a pretty vanity. Master bedroom. It's not big, but it's 1,700 square feet. You can't expect it to be big. And then we come to the bathroom. This is one of my favorite parts that we did. Look at this shower. It is beautiful. It's simple, it's not expensive, but I think that any buyer in this price range will just be thrilled to have such a nice, clean, fresh slate. So that's it for today. I hope my renovation and the success of it, or the frustration of it, and the things that we learn as we go through that can help you. Remember to set those expectations correct. You probably will have some stress, but maybe you won't pull your hair out. Until next time, happy renovations.